Correct. Give me a second, please. Get myself situated. Okay. There we go. I want to give a special love shot and a hug to the Sirius Cipher, man. We had some technical difficulties. We were unable to make that connection. But trust and believe when I tell you, family, that we will connect at the appointed time. And I look forward to building with you during the next cipher, that's for sure. So I want to send you all of my love and all of my respect, my appreciation, because me inviting you to come to the cipher means you somebody that I have identified that might be able to help me along my journey. And with that, we get together and we light this bitch up. And so look forward, y'all. Peace. Woo! Look forward to some of these discussions that's going to come up on the Sirius Cipher. Because the way that this energy is shifting, it's going down. We got Saturn that moved over into Pisces. How y'all like that Virgo moon? What? All about that life. If you was about the business of getting some household projects together, I was helping, excuse me, I was helping my daughter, and we was working on some household projects for her. And I'm from the old school. I'm thinking, shit, it ain't clean if you ain't got no bleach on the scene. And my husband already told me, don't even tell him I told y'all this shit, but he already told me about that bleach and how toxic and how lethal that was. And don't be using that bleach. But I could not listen. I just could not listen. And I went right on out there and I grabbed up some bleach and we got to cleaning it. And that started really messing with my respiratory system. And now I am paying the cost as a result of cleaning with that bleach. So it is also got me in alignment with this Saturn in Pisces so that I'm under no more delusions that I need to really start making some better choices because my body ain't built to hold that type of shit no more. And so now it just really, really, I don't know. I think maybe, the amount of work we was doing and all of that, but it really hit home that this is some toxic shit that I'm dealing with. Now, the reason why I tell you don't tell him this, because I don't want him to think not only did I completely disregard what he was saying to me and acted like I was going to be a very responsible person, but I also don't want him to be in this I told you so energy too. That's just another thing. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I ain't got it. Anyway, Pluto in Aquarius is coming up. Did you hear the word on the street? Pluto, that energy about transformation, shifting over into Aquarius, that energy of humanitarianism, that energy of technology, knowledge, transformation. We talking. Now we got some Debbie Downers that's out here in these streets. I gotta make sure I get a wonks. They proper do because first of all, I'm compelled to do it. But I really gotta take this energy and really try to bring it as high as I need to, but I still gotta deal with this for me. But this crash on the economy, wars, potential, wars and rumors of wars, recession, depression, artificial intelligence is gonna take over. We doomed. We got a lot to think about. However, I'm feeling a lot more optimistic with this transformation energy. And it is my very best hope with all of this information that we have access to. Like, it's not like it used to be where we couldn't connect. Like, I've been connected with folks that's all over the planet thanks to the internet. And we are in this age that allows us to have information right in our pocket. We pull it out and we can get the answer to just about any goddamn thing that we can come up with in our mind. So I'm not really feeling that artificial intelligence is going to completely take over the planet and we're going to live this matrix future. If we are getting, ignorance is a choice at this point in time. And I think that if we know that there's potential for something to damage us, we're going to pull back from it so much. At least I would hope so. I would hope so. And I know we like to all live on edge, but well, maybe, that's what they say. That's what the word on the street is that it's in our nature to rebel. This is how smoking became a thing. This is how, excuse me, how I ended up mopping the floor with bleach water. Anyway, this is how drinking alcohol became a thing. Like, who the hell likes the taste of that shit? Really? Like who really wants that? We do it for the effect. We do it, Anyway, I'm gonna keep it moving. But this Pluto and Aquarius energy, I'm feeling so optimistic about that. I'm feeling really good because this is an opportunity for our awareness to expand like nobody's business. Leaps and bounds. We're talking about technology. We're talking about knowledge. We're talking about, and there's a potential for a lot of the world economic issues because what we know about transformation is that something has to die in order for it to transform. And so that whole energy is about that whole death and destruction. It's a part of the transformation process. Something has to go. And so I'm anxious to see, just how we navigate that. We ain't gonna be able to get our G card if we don't go through a change. So, and it's important to heal. When our hearts are wounded, it allows our head to lead from a wounded space. And so this is the reason why I believe that I kept getting the message of being in your head versus being in your heart. And then when I came up and I said, what am I going to really talk about? And my lesson came through with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And this is about being in your head versus being in your heart. And being in a space where you have those heart issues, that emotional stuff, heal. So that when you in your head, you in alignment with your heart. Let me talk about this for just a second. We really got to learn about how to process our feelings. Like these is connections that's taken me years to make. And so I'm hoping by some sheer doubt, some sheer chance that there's somebody else that may benefit from these insights. We got to learn to process our feelings for real. Now, the state of our heart It impacts how our brain works. And when we get that in alignment, we don't get caught into the negative blowback of a lot of emotional decisions that we made. Like we know, like on the surface, yeah, we got to heal that. It's just not it's not healthy to run around, pissed at females, pissed at men, pissed at, you know what I'm saying, pissed at white folks, pissed at black folks, for whatever your issue is, whatever your issue is. When we get that in alignment, we don't fall prey to all of the other low vibration shit that comes connected to operating in misalignment. On the ECG, or is it EKG, the EKG, the electrocardiogram, and the EEG, the electric encephalogram. These are two machines that one of them measures the heart, the other one measures the brain waves. And there was a study that showed that when people are under stress, what's going on with their head and what's going on with their heart is usually out of alignment. Research the word on the street with the paperwork behind it shows that 60%, I mean, not 60%, 60 times the energy is spent in the heart than in the mind. 60 times. But we spend most of our time in our heads. When we spend most of our time in our heads, we sit around considering all of the dark options. At least I know I do. And I think this is like human nature, right? We got to get out of our heads. This allows for people like me to be more strategic. Helps me to find solutions for more than one angle. I get a bigger picture. And it lessens my concerns about the little details and shit. What I noticed is that when I took on some gratitude, and I know we just sit back and, I had a little gratitude journal and it had all these little prompts in it and everything. And then I could just like mass produce it and all of this, gratitude journal, whatever. It's a good thing and a good idea. Because for me, what I noticed is that when I was in a space of gratitude and started thinking about all of the things that I could be grateful for, it took me into a different space mentally. Even if I was stressed out and worried about something, if I started to focus on those things that I was grateful for, the stress from that dissipated. It's the easiest frequency to shift to. I come find out that gratitude is that much easier because it's that much more tangible. You got the evidence of that. So then you can identify those things that you're grateful for. And this is what I mean when I talk about when we get in the higher vibrations. Higher vibrations is where fear, anger, and grief, they can't reside there. This is what I mean when I say demons, mundane demons, they can't see you in these realms. Because when you rising up to these realms, when you rising up to these frequencies, a gratitude will get you into that frequency quickly. And then these demons can't get to you and connect to you. Oh, I heard Tony Robbins say that the heart is the central intelligence of the human spirit. Well, one thing I know it holds 60 times more energy than the brain. Decision making is challenging. We view our feelings as problems, instead making it informative. We shut down and we adopt limiting beliefs. All of this is what happens with emotions. We tune out the star player that allows us to get into deeper wisdom. This is the way our emotions vibrate. When we dwell down into these lower realms. When I started to do a lot of internal work, a lot of true self-discovery, I wanted to really know what my true north was. What did I really stand for out here in these streets? What's most important to me? Where are the values at? See, when we clear on where we stand, whether that's justice, integrity, healing, truth, empowerment, self-love, acceptance, whatever that is, whatever the true north is, this is how you connect with purpose. And this ain't to be mistaken for that bullshit ass title we talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm this, I'm that, I'm so and so, I'm preacher, reverend, preacher, doctor. Not to be mistaken for that. There's a technique that's out. It's called heart breathing. I was looking into like different things that we can do. Because like I keep saying, a lot of this work right here has really taken a lot of time from me. A lot of deep diving. And so one of the things that I know that I needed to do, I'm going to talk about like 4 of the things that I did. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not running too much time. Is number 1, I had to make sure, in order for me to process my emotions, number 1, I had to make sure that I got all the facts, right? This is going to help. This helped me to separate my emotions because my response was driven by how I felt. The next thing that I needed to absolutely, positively be clear on is why. Why is this affecting me? Let's be 100%. Let's be $150. See, because sorting this out helps me to create some distance from my immediate feeling. This is what helps me to get grounded so that I can make some rational calls. And then, and probably, I don't know, maybe, you know what I'm saying? I can't put this all the way in order right here because this can start off one. Be present. Don't focus. See, for me, here's what I had to tell myself. Don't focus on what could be, but focus on what is. This is how I help myself. I had to recognize that I was in the commander's seat. I'm trying to watch that because, I heard the word on the street is that they will get you on YouTube. That's the word on the street. So I'm trying to make the correctment, make the adjustment. Being present. Once I put myself in the commander's seat, I got to get a clear focus on what really matters. By being right here, right now, experiencing this moment. Not focusing on any outcomes, but worrying about where I'm at right now. Right now. Not what it's going to look like later, what they go say later, what the outcome could be, what they had said last week. Right now. And then slow down. It's, oh my goodness. Oh. See, I had to allow myself time to process. So I took my time with that shit, just like I did with today. I realized when I start slowing down when I talk, then I don't disclose things that I don't want to say. Slowing down allows yourself time to process and understanding. It brought me a more balanced response to what was happening out here in these particular streets. Now, let me tell you, I was looking in to see what Tony Robbins had to say about it. He had this exercise where you can find answers in 2 minutes. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Tony Robbins is gangster. I seen him stop a dude from stuttering in a matter of minutes. That shit was amazing. So I mean, and they pay him a lot of money. So, and ain't nobody paying him a lot of money to be out here bullshitting people in the streets, to be playing a mind game. At least God, I hope not. But I mean, I'm listening to him. He get me pumped up. I think he the truth in these streets. However, here's some information that he gave out. It is called, hold up, what is this called? Because I'm going to tell you, this is on YouTube, on his page. And so I forgot, I had wrote it down. It is called this heart awareness. Where did I put that shit at? Oh, it's called the technique of heart breathing. I'm here to tell you something. He got some steps to it where you can find answers that's deep in your heart within 2 minutes. And you can find that somewhere on YouTube, just type that in the search engine and everything. I'm telling you, my relationship with bleach is definitely reevaluated. And I feel terrible now. So he said that you can find answers in 2 minutes. So I'm gonna give you the quick summary, and then you can go and check that shit out on YouTube because this is his work. But he said you get to focus on the resolve. Then you're going to take both hands, rub them from the lower part of your navel up to your chest and feel the energy. Then place your hands back on your heart and breathe in your heart. Feel its beauty and its strength. Like you really got to make this connection of the gift that your heart is. It's some powerful work dealing with this heart space energy. I'm here to tell you. And then he goes on there to talk about thinking of 3 things or 3 moments that you're grateful for, one by one. Feel that moment and breathe it, experience it, own it, and repeat it with the other. And then he gives the reminder. Hello, somebody. Hello, validation in these streets. We can't be angry and grateful at the same time. Demons can't see you when you vibrating this high. Anyway, remember this. All I need is within me now. And then he has you breathe a little bit deeper. And then you're going to pick from all of the possibilities of asking yourself, what do you really need or focus on in whatever situation that is, and breathing into your heart. It is a powerful meditation experience. I took it on myself and, I got a lot from it, but, I did a lot of the work anyway, though, I did a lot of the work anyway. So it was really beneficial. I'm curious to know if there's anybody that hasn't really done that much with that, how that works, if it can help you to just really resolve up a lot of stuff in 2 minutes. I'm sure it'll just bring some awareness, but yeah, I wish I would have had one of these shits. You know what I'm saying? I definitely would have been making some progress in these streets, but this right here, I did that meditation the other day on his YouTube page just to see what that was about. And it is a powerful experience. So I'm definitely recommending y'all check that out. Shout out to the Soul family, y'all. I do appreciate y'all stopping through, giving me a little bit of y'all's time. Peace and light, peace and love. Oh.